Hey, we're live here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. I'm really excited to bring John Jones. And John Jones is an entrepreneur. He's got some really cool things happening. And I'm just going to let him tell you what he's doing and what that all about. But first, John, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Derek, so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're doing?
Sure, absolutely. My name's John Jones. I'm from Leadville, Colorado, which is known as the highest incorporated city in the United States at 10,200 feet elevation. Just a fun little fact. And my business is the Rocky Mountain Entrepreneur. As Derek said in the introduction, I am an entrepreneur. And how I got the vision of Rocky Mountain Entrepreneurs, basically, number one, where I live, and number two, just the green and clean lifestyle. And my business is based around helping eliminate plastic waste from the planet and giving a financial opportunity for people to help us with our mission as well.
Yeah, so tell us more about that whole thing of you're cleaning, you're helping the environment, and
Yeah,
tell us
absolutely.
exactly what it's all about.
Yeah, so we're actually partnered with two companies. The parent company is Corsair. They've been in business since about 2020. What they do is they recycle plastic waste into pyrolysis oil. And pyrolysis oil is a fancy way of saying biofuel. And biofuel creates more plastic because the bottom line is right now there's about 500 million tons of plastic produced every year. And just to give you an idea of how much that is, that's more than the combined weight of every single human on the planet. And only about 5 to 6% of that gets actually recycled. The other 95% either ends up in the oceans or in landfills or getting burned or getting disposed of some other way that's not, economic or ecologically friendly. And what we do with Corsair is they have machines. They have two factories, one in Thailand and one in Finland right now, and they're building more. That take this plastic waste and turn it into this pyrolysis oil, which then in turn creates new reusable plastics. Because by the projections for plastic uses in the next 30 years, by 2050, we're going to have a triple the need for plastics, believe it or not. Because if you just look around you, in your office or wherever you're at, just think about it. Your pen, your stapler, your iPhone, everything has plastic in it, and it gets disposed of and wasted. Your plastic water bottles. So, what we are is we have these little units that they're not huge factories that take up thousands of acres. They're small little factories where they can actually bring the plastic to where the factories are, recycle it, and turn it into this clean plastics. And companies have partnered with us, like Shell, that are going to end up buying these plastic credits because the companies are going to buy with legislation that's being passed. In the next probably 5 years, these companies are going to be these companies that produce the plastics are going to be responsible to recycle them responsibly, or buy CSR credits or pay heavy fines. And then we also have a marketing arm of our company called Amplivo, which lets people earn income by either investing as and helping Recycle Planet themselves by buying what's called a CSR 25 token. And those are proof of work tokens. And for each token you buy, you can buy packages of as little as $10 all the way up to 100,000. And that does a proof of work that gets that plastic recycled. And then you can also make money as well by referring other people and building a team to, kind of like a direct sales model. But there's not any auto ships or a lot of things that are associated with MLM.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that, but it's really good to know. So helping the environment and making money at the same time. Sounds like a win-win, right?
Yeah, I thought so. And I've only been involved with this for a short time because before this I was and I still do a little bit of life coaching. I've co-authored two books. We do have a program that I do with personal one-on-one coaching as well. But my main focus right now is this new mission because it just made sense to me. I call it, with Rocky Mountain Entrepreneur, I call it living well while doing good.
I love that. Living well while doing good. So how did you find out about this and get into it?
So actually, this was referred to me by a friend of mine that I was in another business with 25 years ago. and we just got to chatting. And I was actually talking to him about another venture that I was looking into. And he said, you know what, I'm already in that one. It's great, but this is even better. So it's just, someone that I knew, I've known for over 25 years, introduced me to this company, and decided to align with them and start promoting as well as being an investor in the company.
And how long have you been doing this now?
So this has literally been about 3 weeks that I've been involved. Now, the
Oh,
company itself, Corsair's been around for about 5 years. So the technology is in place. This is not a concept. This is actually things that, you know, uh, this is already in production, already in, you know, it's already happening. It's not like, oh, this is an idea of maybe we can do it. Even though I've only been involved the short term, the company's been in operation for over 5 years. And they're probably right now, I think market valuation on their company is about $150 million. And the CEO the other day in an interview said he's projected to have their company at, you know, 2.5 to 3 billion in the next 3 years. That's how much of a need there is for what they're doing.
wow. And if I want to get started or somebody listening wants to get started, what's the next step?
So the next step is to easily just get in contact with me on LinkedIn or Facebook, or I have a website that will be in the chat later on. It's rocky-mountain-entrepreneur.com. And like I said, when this video comes up live on your site, I'll put a link in the chat to it.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll have you put your links in the comments to share with everybody. So if I do get involved in this, what does that look like for me? How much time am I spending? What am I doing on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
How much work is it?
Absolutely. So you have a couple different options. You can be totally passive. You can get involved as just an investor, buy one of our plastic recycling packages that start as little as it is done in euros because the company's based in overseas. So you can start for as little as 10 euros, which is about $11, all the way up to 100,000. And currently, these CSR 25 tokens are available through Amplivo for about 3.5 cents. They're currently trading on L Bank for about 11 cents. So you're almost in profit right away when you invest. And then where the investment is think of it kind of as when Bitcoin first got started. If you had $100 worth of Bitcoin today that you had bought when it first started, what would it be worth? Well, I can tell you what one Bitcoin is worth. It's worth $101,000 today, right? So kind of think it that way. You buy this, you buy $10, $20, $100, and you put it in your investment portfolio and you forget about it. You can be a 100% passive if you want, or you can be active like me, and for 10 euros, you can get your business license where you can go out and actually market this as a business and make a residual income off of not only your CSR 25 investment, but also people that you would recruit to join your team. So there is a little bit of a direct sales component to it, but it's not like a traditional MLM, and there's no products, there's no auto ship. There's no requirements to purchase the tokens every month. You can buy one package and be done forever, or you can go refer other people. So you can have a hands-off involvement, or you can be very hands-on like me and actually go out and build a team.
That sounds great. Really like this. So you said 3 times as many plastics are will be using that. Well, how much time did you say?
So and by 2050, the right now we're producing about 500 million tons of plastic a year. By 2050, it's going to be triple that. It's going to be 3x.
That's
That's
crazy because
that's
I
the
thought we were
projected.
doing all this work, to try and reduce plastics, and it doesn't seem like we're doing anything, does it?
No, not really. We're really scratching the surface. I mean, everybody thinks they've got their little blue or green recycling bin and they fill
Yeah.
it up and they push it to the curb and they think, "Hey, I'm responsibly recycling." Well, really that bin is just going to a different part of the landfill. You're helping the garbage man sort it out. That's all you're really doing, because they're not responsibly recycling, especially in the major cities, you know.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I had no idea. I thought I was doing my part.
Right.
So when you said you've only been doing this a few weeks now, but how are you enjoying it? Tell us what the joy is,
Well,
why you like doing it.
I really love the connections I'm making, because before, when you're I've been in other traditional MLM businesses in the past, and before, when I would bring things to people, they'd like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. But this is something that's so completely new and so completely different that I've never seen a investment vehicle that is tied to a cryptocurrency, which this one is tied to Ethereum blockchain, which is the second largest blockchain, that there is. And I've never seen an investment vehicle that is actually tied to a proof of work where something's being done responsibly for the environment. Everybody's heard of like Bitcoin, and you invest and hope it goes up in value and hope it, doesn't lose its value. But this is totally different because this is actually tied to something that's cleaning the environment. And for people that are interested in crypto, or for people that are interested in responsible recycling or a cleaner planet, this is just for me, it was a no-brainer. It was a win-win for what I like to do up here. Because, like I said, I live up here in the Rockies, and it's clean and green. And, I've got a creek running in front of my house. And, my house, you can see, is built out of, mostly wood, so it just made complete sense for me, for me to align with this. And I'm having a great time.
That's amazing. It sounds really good. So, do you used to be a coach? Do you offer like coaching as far as like helping people kind of get started in this, or do
Yeah.
people are there is that available for people?
Absolutely, it is. We have a entire network of we call it Team USA, and we have almost nightly calls that give people, where you can just invite your friends and whoever you might, if you were looking to be a business builder, you can invite your friends to a presentation that's done for you. So, I mean, there's very little training that's involved because we do all of the presentations online. Almost every day there's a presentation, and we have a team chat on Telegram on the iPhones that keeps you posted on all the events, all the things that are coming up. If you miss a call, the recording's there. So there's all kinds of training, and there's a whole training within your back office for whoever would decide to be a member like me and promote this. There's a whole training and videos and everything in your back office. And I've built a complete website that my team can have access to refer. And when they fill out the form, it just says referred by, and I can give my team members a complete website that they don't even, that just a plug and play. So yeah, there's plenty of support. There's plenty of training. There's plenty of team support. So yeah, there's no need to worry about that for anybody that would join as a member.
Awesome. And for those people that, aren't really entrepreneurs but are thinking about getting into entrepreneurship, why
Mhm.
would this be a good first place to start?
Well, I think it's a good first place to start if it's a cause that you're tied to. It's definitely not for everybody. If you're looking to get a health conscious entrepreneurial business, this wouldn't be for you. But if you're looking to have a good investment for your future that's going to do something good for the environment, that's who I'm looking for. So is this a home run for everybody? No, it's not. But I think it's good because it can be very passive. And if you do have limited time and limited availability, you can do this in as little as an hour a day. I can get up in the morning, and I can connect with like-minded people on Facebook, and get my message out to them. And I can do 20 or 30 invites a day and two or three messages a day, and then I'm on to work. And I've got my little investment that will continue to grow. And like I said, and the other reason I think is it's so many companies that you get involved with. To get started, it's 500, 1,000, 1,500, 20, up to $5,000. Or, if you were to buy a franchise, it could be even more than that. So it's a huge investment. Where with us, it's 10 euros to get started for your business. That's your business license for the year. And it's 10 euros for your minimum package. So for about 20 bucks, you can be in business, and you can start working to refer people and start earning an income, just by referring people to do what you do. And it's something that made total sense to me. And even if you don't refer anybody, whatever package you buy, it will continue to grow. And there's even talks of when the pump company goes public, within 2 to 3 years that the people that have grown this company and progress up the ranks will be offered stock options in the company as well, which are probably going to be more valuable than anything we could possibly do in recruiting.
Wow. And yeah, how would you say your life has changed in the last several weeks since you've accomplished?
I think my life has changed in that fact that I'm more aware of a huge problem that I really didn't know existed. I thought that, like everybody, I've got my recycling bin, and I just thought that, hey, you know what, we're doing our part, we're recycling, and my eyes are more open, and I've connected with some people. In fact, this is my third podcast I've done just in 3 weeks, about this topic, and people are just interested because they're just like blown away like I was that this is such a huge problem, and that we're really only recycling 5 to 6% of our plastic on a worldwide basis. Everybody just like we said, like we've talked about previous, everybody just thought, oh, hey, I'm pushing my blue bin out to the curb, I'm doing my part. And I was just blown away that how much of a problem this is, and what a good solution this is, to the problem. And is it going to eliminate all plastic waste? Of course not, because there's always going to be people that go way out and dump it in the ocean, and that's very hard to collect. But if we can even, I mean, the goal is in the next 3 years to eliminate about 12 to 15% of the plastic waste. And if we could do that, that's a huge win for us within the next 3 years.
Yeah, it's a huge win for the planet, I think. If
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, wow, this sounds really cool, really amazing stuff. Anything that we didn't get to talk about that you want to share with us?
No, I don't think so. We've covered a lot of ground in a short time, and I really appreciate the opportunity. And like I said, once again, I'm the Rocky Mountain Entrepreneur. You can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn. I have great pages up there with lots of information, and my most valuable information is on my website, rocky-mountain-entrepreneur.com.
Wow, great. Yeah, and we're gonna have John leave all those links in the comments of this post so you can just click on it and get to it without having to remember what he said.
That's right. Yeah.
So don't worry about that. We're gonna do that. And thanks for doing this, John. Any final words that you want to send everybody off with?
Yeah, I just want to say live well and do good. And thanks again, Derek, for the opportunity to be here today.
Yeah, we really appreciate you doing this and sharing because I definitely learned something new. And I'm sure people listening learned some new things too. And it sounds like a easy investment, even if you're busy. You can just invest $10, $20 and in a few years that might be worth a lot of money. So
Really.
sounds exciting to me. So thank you for doing this. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. And if you want to be highlighted here in the group, just comment interview and we'll let you shine here too. You can share your gifts, promote anything you want to promote, or maybe you're struggling and need some extra support. We can help you with that too. So let us know. And just want to thank everybody one more time, and we'll see everybody at the next one.